host and founder of the Total War series and franchise almost. This is Shogun 2 Total War, and now I will present to you this game. A little bit presentation and review almost. This game has many segments, many elements, what you may know from the previous titles of the Total War strategy franchise, and there is some really great and big depth in this game. Of course, the previous games has a great mood and depth. The developers dive really deeply into the cultures, nations, into the ages of the previous games, but now this Shogun Total War second part, it is a more of a feature. It's a more better way. It's a more deeply than ever. So it's really focused on the Japanese culture, focused for the age, the era of this late middle age and early new age. So it's a really bit more deeply than ever, and it's a really good thing. The menu, as you now can see, is a little bit more simplistic, more simple than it was in the Shogun 2 one. So it's really dependent and on the first part. So it depends on the first part of the Shogun series, but it's also a little bit authentic, a little bit culturistic for the Japanese culture and the Asian mythologies and this late middle age. So it's simplistic and also it's authentic, so it's a really good thing, I think. Options here are almost the same as you can saw it in the Rome Total War part of this franchise, or in the Medieval 2 Total War, or Empire Total War. So it's almost the same, just for a little bit more effects you can set, because it's also can be played in DirectX 11. So let's see the campaign. I will begin a new campaign with a new nation that you can saw the maybe this will be the nation or the clan in this particular game that I will choose. 9 clan, between 9 clan you can choose, and 21 clan are in this game, if I can remember well, but sadly or not, in the main basic game you can only choose between 9, but with DLCs and the big expansion of Fall of the Samurai or Rise of the Samurai, you can choose more. So you must buy that thing, but you can choose if you want and if you have money for it. So so there are 3 type of campaigns, then like it was in the previous games. Short one, you must need to have 25 provinces. Strange, they said, for provinces, for the territories, but generally it can be set for only the Roman times, the old times, old age, the ancient age, and not for this. That's it. The long campaign is almost generally the average kind of campaign. You must hold 40 provinces, and also there is the domination campaign, which is the highest and the hardest. Maybe you must have 60 provinces. We must only have the short one. Difficulty will be higher. Normal. There is easy, normal, hard, very hard, legendary. Oh, there is the battle realism mode, which is only have on the legendary difficulty. This was in the Napoleon Total War also, and maybe the Emperor Total War second part, the Emperor 2, Empire, sorry, Medieval 2 Total War, if I remember. More options you can set here. Okay, start the game. Start the game. The start here is 1545, and maybe you can say that how many years in this game? Not too sure for a longer campaign, but and every year is set to 4 parts, with 4 seasons of course. It's winter, spring, summer, and of course autumn. So almost every year has 4 parts and 4 turns. So it approximately is set for 150 years, the campaigns, but because of the 4 seasons are in this game, you have far more turns than you can imagine. Now I threw out the intro because every clans have an intro, so if you choose one you will see it. Okay, this is Tosa. Yeah, Tosa. Said like in Japan. This is our province in forts. Forts are on these territories or provinces, because you can set a castle or your town. You can upgrade your town and your province too, where the town is set and be. So it's a really good thing. You can do twice things. You can upgrade your provinces or increase your incomes or build some roads, and also in this in this turn too, you can upgrade your castle or town. It's a really good thing. Only in the Napoleon Total War, if I remember well, this thing, and the Empire Total War, this thing happened, that you can do 2 things, upgrade 2 things in the same turn in one territory, and also for the other territories. So it's a really good thing. This is the new map. This is a 3D map. I personally didn't like and don't like now too much, because the map, the 3D map for the Medieval 2 Total War, Empire Total War, Rome Total War of course, are much more good. It's much more simplistic, not too many mountains. Of course here is many mountains in this territory because of geographically things, but you can't zoom enough, or you can't turn around a little bit, or I don't know how, but I tried many things for that, but didn't work. So, and the quality of the graphics is quite good, but not as good as I thought for about the videos that the publisher and the developers put on YouTube. The good thing with this map is that here is the almost the Japanese papyrus or paper kind of thing on this map, and we can focus on how we find the new territories and find the new parts of the maps. When we move our units, we will discover the territories, and it's a really good thing, and the reform almost for the map. And maybe it seems that Rome 2 Total War will not have this feature, but it's a really good and interesting thing. Of course, now we can manage our roads, our villages, our incomes by many things. Here, lumber camp. We building a lumber camp, and the fort. Of course, we can here buy some troops. They need to income them. They have a cost. So also in the previous games as as also in the previous games. And the other problems with this part of the Total War series for me is that are many units here. 120 maybe, if I remember well, so it's really good thing, but also the units are really almost the same at many clans. Sometimes just the colors and some little bit differences in the clothes or hats on the flags, and there are many flags in this game. It's also a little bit problematic for me, but it is set in this Japanese late Middle Age, early New Age era, and there was many flags for the many clans. Yes, but in this game, for the gamers, are not so practical, I think, or practice. In German, I learned now German too, and of course there is really good things because it's for more realistic and more authentic, but I don't think it's a good idea for the general gamers for this series. And also for the Europeans, I think this game is not as much liked as the previous ones because it's much closer for the Europeans, the Roman Age, the Ancient Age, the Middle Age in Europe or around it, or just for the USA for the sales parts. Sorry, in the late Middle Age. For the Columbus era, but this is not too close to us. But for the Asian people, it's really good, maybe the best, and for them, maybe the best Shogun Total War part of the series. But for me, it's not. But close to them, close to Rome, close to medieval 1 and 2. Okay, you can see here, right, the many good things that you can manage. You can here see the provinces and the main territories and main castles and towns. It's a really good thing. The management, the interface is the best. In fact, in this game, all of the Total War series, it is the best here. The most manageable, the most better, the most best interface it has in the battles and also in the map. I think you can here see the armies you have. It's a really good thing, and you can see on the mini map too. And also here is the clans. You can see now as you discover them, and what you you can't see that, of course. Here you can see the trade possibilities, almost the little islands around Japan. The objectives, of course, here are the objectives. You must do hold 25 provinces, and of course here are the event messages. As you can see, many events are in the previous games too, were in the previous games too. So many events like fatigues, the Columbus era, everything else, the invention of gunpowder and everything, as you may know about them from the previous games. And of course there is fleets, because I have none yet. I cannot see them, and if I have agents, I can see the agents here, so it's a really good thing. This game are many kind of agents, and Buddhists, monks, that they can discover too and manage to make Buddhism or get a religion for the another clans and nations. And also there are assassins and other kind of agents, so it's really good thing. And also there are the mini videos about these little agent activities. So on previous games there were too, so it's a good thing. Now we can see how to fight in this game. It's almost the same than it was in the previous titles of the Total War series. You can see here the armies, the opponents, two armies and clans, and the chance to win. So in percentage. So it's a little bit same, just the backgrounds, the screenshots in the background, the wallpaper almost for the game. It's just more authentic Japanese effect on it, so it's really good thing. The battle system is almost the same as in the other Total War series, particularly mainly for the Empire and Napoleon Total Wars part, because the engine is the same, but they can manage to average it a little more higher. But the main things and boundaries, if I can say so, sadly, are in this game too. So the backgrounds, the mountains, some of the trees are not quite as good in the quality of graphics also, and there are some little bit glitches and bugs too. But the territory is a little bit more far, a little bit bigger in the battle territory than it was in the medieval 1-2 Rome Total War. It's slightly similar to the Empire and the Napoleon Total War because of the engine too. So let's start fight. You can see the possibilities here. Here are our big army, not as big as if you want, but in the early part it's a little bit big enough for you. Now we can manage to deploy our units. You can set the units number, that you can set it to bigger if you have a higher system, PC system, and better. If you can set lower too, so the numbers in each unit segment. The animations are far more better than the previous Total War titles. So we'll start the battle with air. You can run. Also, you can do this in the previous titles, and you can fasten the time of the battle. Now I will go to the opponent armies or units just to demonstrate the power of this engine. It's a really good thing in this new engine from the Empire Total War till now to this game, that you can zoom almost for the feet and head segments of the units of the graphics. So it's really graphical beast in this way, that you can zoom really in.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord.
I want to kill this champion with my champion, but they are far more faster than me. And sometimes I really don't like in this game that the flags, the many great flags and the trees sometimes hide the units. Statically it's good, but for the general gamers sense it's really not good. You can't see your units sometimes because the trees hide them, but not for the tactical way, just for the annoying way. So, and for the black flags too, so it's a really good bad thing. The animations are far more better for the horses too. They really shows the courage and power. They smash to the enemy, really hit them away. So it's really a good thing. What do you do here? You can set also here the special skills, or you can switch between two kind of arrows, fire arrow, etc, etc. Oh, and sometimes cannons, gunpowder appear in the later part of the game, so you can make many kind of weapons units are in this game. So you have sometimes get surprises and big loads, big sounds with cannons perhaps. So here's chaos. Now almost everyone decide to retreat. It's a really strange thing. And of course you can see here from Empire Total War, because the engine is the same till now to this game, the characters, the dead horses, dead people units here are in 3D too. The previous titles of the series, Medieval 2 Rome and Medieval 1 and Shogun 1, has 2D dead people, dead horses, everything else. We can save the replay, again it's still here, it's a really good thing. The music is wonderful, and also in every titles of this series the music and the sounds are really great, has the standards that it must be in this game. The only bad things in the sound, the audiovisual thing in this game is the sometimes really similar sounds and musics appear, and not as many as I would like to, but so here's the campaign in a short introduction, and here's the main landscape battle, and now I will show you the naval battle, the sea, the navy battle, because in this game we can do naval battles, of course, and now I will show you with the historical battle mode. In every Total Wars part and title there was a mode with historical battles, and of course here are the multiplayer. Maybe later I will show a multiplayer gameplay video, but maybe in just Hungarian, because I haven't got enough time to make every single way 2-3 videos in every game I played, and also made some Hungarian movie reviews and book reviews and everything else, interviews and some fresh news and chatting with some friends in Hungarian too, so it's a little bit too much to do everything in time. So this is the multiplayer campaign. It's a really good new mode. The multiplayer possibilities are the best in this part of the series. I think they're really keen on to do everything good thing in the multiplayer that they can for the fans, and they can show the multiplayer mode in much more friendly way, much more better, with much more better interface and management. So a really good thing. You can play campaign with a friend or two friends to almost a cooperative way against the enemy, the AI or the PC, and also you can hit again each other. You can fight with each other in the campaigns or just in a battle, in a custom battle. So it's a really good thing. You can do it in local network too. It's a really bit sometimes missing here nowadays from the games. The local network time, just online and do just fine. But here in this game there is local network mode, so it's a really good thing. Avatar Conquest is another new mode for the multiplayer. You can set your avatar, your main hero, in your famous or advanced clan. You can set his flag, his clans and his flag. You can set his skills. Here are the new thing again. Oh, I didn't show in the map that almost the same kind of the art of war. It's a famous historical book from the Japanese warfare. The developers, they used it for the game, for the fight system, for the battles, for the clans, for the tacticals, and also is the same for the hero skill system. You can set when he ranked up, you can set many skills in 4 different kind of branches. So it's a really good thing. And for the arts of war that you can set in the campaign map is the same. The invention thing, invention mode or possibility in the Civilization 4 and 5. You can see maybe know now that what I wanted to talk about. So it's a really good thing that you can almost manage and upgrade your skills in wars, or your skills in the management system, trade, but mainly focus on the war. The skills 80 or 90% percentage are from the war, so it's a really good thing. You can set up your heroes, his skills, or you can rank down the skills that affect the other units and armies around the hero's unit. So it's a really good thing. And also you can set the clothes and the hats and the tokens and everything else. And of course there's retainers. It's a little bit simple, a little bit more same as Hero 6. Dynasty powers you can set in the before the campaigns, before in each level of the campaigns. It's almost a passive thing for the hero that affects another units. Now I will, oh no, not the custom battle, I will show you the historical battles. Here are the naval battle of Kizukawa, or what is this? Kizugawakuki. It's a little bit hard to say. You can see quotes from the famous generals and everything else, admirals, as you can see in the previous titles of the Total War series. So it's a really good thing. But strange is many of the quotes are not from this era, from the USA, from the European times, from the 18th century, from the middle age, not middle era. So it's a really little bit strange. Here are my navies. It's almost like swimming forts or castles, because there are the peoples on it, and you can board it like the Pirates in the Caribbean movies. Almost you can board it to the another opponents or the enemy's fleet and navies, ships. Is a really good thing. The water are gorgeous, beautiful, really good thing. You can shoot too from the ships as well, of course. Now I will rush a little bit. So the graphical is a really good thing, but Rome Total War will be far more better, I think. Not just for the only graphical quality, but just the possibilities with the new engine, the completely new engine, the more realistic things that you can see from the one unit or one person perspective or sense is a really good thing. Will be. The music is really good here too. You can see that the other clans ships or these swimming forts are not the same, so it's a really good thing that there are many kind of ships too. The fog system is good. Some or the steam system, so it's really damage. Okay, here you can board. You can see board the ships. So here's the naval part of the battle. Some birds too. Right. Now I will show you the third new thing in the battles. Fort attack, fort battles or near it. But sadly, because the units, so there is the new kind of fort or town, castle maybe I can say so, like a pagoda, if you know this. Here are the enemy, and here are we. Thing that you may know that in this era there is no general kind of towns here in Japan. It's a little bit more authentic kind of towns that have some levels, and you must reach in every level and go to the middle level for the highest part level, and here you must hold the flag as the previous titles of Total War. But before it you must fight for every level of the castle, and also you can and must climb up onto this level, so it's a good thing.
Oda Nobunaga knows that he has the Asai combat. If he defeats them, there will be...
So here we are. It's a big fight. Sadly, I can't use these units because they are my alliance. Again, Oda will attack in this part, so I can't demonstrate to you now, but I can show you now the levels. So here are the main level, you must reach it, and here are the second, almost free level, because you must go here and they will shoot you while you climb too. Now you can see you can climb up to here or fire it, so it's a really good thing. You can see it's really good that the camera is in free side mode, I can say so. There are grenadiers, almost fire rocketers, they set for the unit, so it's really strange. I don't know, it's a realistic kind of unit, but the effect is quite big. They can show. Okay, let's fight. Our river. It's not quite as good as the lakes and seas. And now a little bit speed up the battle. Okay, let's fight. Oops. Now, as you can see, they fire at me with these racketeers, or what is that? What is this? So it's a really strange thing. There are many flags too, you can see what I talked about. Here in the units, above the units are many flags, it's a little bit annoying. Ooh. Earthquake happens with these rocketeers, this in it. So it's a better effect almost than a cannon. It's a little bit strange. I don't think it's a more realistic kind of unit here. So this is the battle system for the towns. The Alliance will go for the town, but I don't think they can manage it as well. So it's a really good battle. So here were the things these were the things that I wanted to talk about and show you. It's a really good game. I give it an 88% for the game. The Metacritics are at the 91%, I think. It's a really good game, but for me and for the most Europeans, I think for the best era for them is the Middle Age, the Ancient Age, the Roman Age for Europe, and also for the Columbus time for the USA, the Empire, Napoleonic War. So far better for them than the Asian people for this. So it's a little bit good and bad thing, because there are many good sides and good things on this game and feature, but and sometimes it have bugs, and that I said about some too colorful things like flags and too many almost the same kind of units and same effect units, but many clans. But we can only choose from 9 clans, so it's a good and bad thing. They refresh the map a little bit. The file system is just on the naval side and just on the town side they refresh, I think. For the animation they refresh all of the battle, but the other things I don't think they're not big abridgment happens, so just in the graphical part, but not as better, not as big the leap and jump in the graphical quality than it was in the Medieval 1 Rome, or Rome to Medieval 2. So it's a good graphic, but not as big as will be in Rome 2 Total War. So, and of course the audio is really good, but sometimes it's a little bit repeatable in the melodies, but really good. It's a 9, of course, from 10. And there are campaigns and multiplayer mode and historical battles, and the multiplayer is the best, of course, in this game, in the series. So it's a really good thing. But in the campaign, sometimes the map, I don't think I really liked with that they didn't do a big reform to the map, just with the papers and discovery. It's a little bit good thing, but the others are not as much you can see in the whole, in the big sense, than it was in Rome or Medieval for the map. It's a little bit far more closer, and you can't rotate, or I didn't find it. So good thing, bad things again, but mainly the game is quite good, so you must try it and buy it, because the sales are many now, many sales and actions on low prices are held on many online shops for the game. So it's a really good thing then to buy then the game. Wait for some sales and buy it. Now there are many on Steam, on bundle projects, or in Amazon, everything else. So it's really good thing. So I really hope that you like the video, the presentation, the review, and the gameplay about the game. I hope that I almost show everything that I can, but this game is almost the GTA or Skyrim, Oblivion of the RTSs, so it's really hard to show everything and everywhere in this game. So, but I try to. I hope that I can achieve that almost. So bye, and have a good play for this game, with this game for the Japanese late Middle Age era. it's a really enjoyable playtime will be, I think. So bye.